What's up, world? My name is Sarah and welcome back to another episode of whatever it is that we're doing here. Come on, Pablo. You can come through. Come. Really resonates with me. Ways of celebrating life. I stuck it in a little champagne cork. It felt right. This is such a beautiful way to remember them. I don't have necessarily thrift god touch that looks cute. I'm learning. In this world, I had already emotionally attached myself to it, so if I need to learn. So not even 20 seconds later, serendipitous. Talk about meant to be. Now, because of the location of where I live and where I thrift, for some reason I feel a girl's gotta be creative. There's real meaning behind it, loving and cherished. This year, instead of a traditional Halloween haul, I want to do something more special, more precious, more meaningful. Inspired by our beautiful little Pablo and his Mexican roots, and to cherish our loved ones that have passed, I have been inspired to create my own ofrenda for the Day of the Dead. Now, join me as I show you the most beautiful and very serendipitous thrift god touch to this specific haul. I also want to show you how I'm using these thrifted pieces to represent the traditional elements: earth, wind, fire, and water. Some of these pieces have been previously thrifted, some of them just thrifted to create this very loving and cherished tradition that I didn't really know about until I took a deep dive, and there's probably still a million things that I could learn. And for some reason I feel inspired by, yes, this tradition in general, but other cultures' ways of celebrating life and death, and maybe this will inspire you too to dive into this specific holiday or something else from another culture. So like I mentioned, my intention kind of came from our sweet little chihuahua and the beautiful Mexican tradition of the Day of the Dead that conveniently coincides with the Halloween celebration weekend, which I still love Halloween. This was just something that when I thought about it, it really stuck with me, and because my dear grandparents who have passed have not met our chihuahua in this world, it kind of made sense. And ever since I had that thought, I could not shake it. So I am celebrating this tradition for the very first time, and I hope I'm doing it right. Please don't be mean if there is something that I don't know or if I need to learn. Please educate me in the comments below. I am doing this out of respect and because it's so inspirational, so loving, and there's something joyous about it that really resonates with me. Now, the very first item I want to share with you is this cute little black dress number that I wouldn't traditionally maybe gravitate towards, but I wanted to wear something pretty and nice for this occasion, and this was just so nice. It's a mesh little number. It does have a bit of an A-line, which traditionally I don't favor those dresses, but there was just something about this that I thought was super cute. I love the bow tie detail, the mesh long sleeves. It has a slip dress underneath. It's just dainty and girly, and I don't know, it felt right. Next up is stuff for the altar itself, and I have a few items up front that aren't traditionally part of the altars that I've seen, but because I don't really have a lot of items yet for this specific holiday, I'm learning. So first off, I found this absolutely stunning scarf. Now, yes, this is a scarf that, trust me, I will be using after this holiday. But because this is so huge, this and the design, the way it makes me feel, I want to lay this down as the base of the altar. Isn't this stunning? I love the details. Now, when I flip it over, it has a darker pattern and it has a bit of like a goldy yellow. I'm not sure which side I'd like more. I think I like the lighter side for this specific purpose. So looking at the altars that I've seen online, people sharing, even AI generated pictures of this holiday and the altar specifically, there's always some kind of elevated piece that I don't have necessarily. So when I saw this makeshift book that's actually a chest thingy that I can use again afterwards. Obviously, this is a Shakespeare mock-up of Hamlet, the book, but for this purpose, I could use this side and then add the candles and stuff on top to kind of give it that elevated piece that I'm going for. I don't know. Do you know what I mean? Like I don't have any shelf thing that looks cute to place the offerings, but this kind of, I don't know, it was, and again, the scarf, they have multiple uses, and to me, this day and age, if an item can be used more ways than one, I think it's worth it. Now, because of the location of where I live and where I thrift, this was kind of challenging. Like the whole creating this altar vibe was harder than I thought it was. But because I had made up my mind, I really wanted to create this. There's real meaning behind it. And I just didn't want to give up because I had already emotionally attached myself to it. So it had to go on. I was mind blown when I saw this next item. This is a candle with a sugar skull design. This is made in Mexico. This is literally made in Mexico, I think, for this purpose. And I kind of think that I was supposed to find this because it is kind of ridiculous to think that thousands of miles and kilometers away from where I thrifted this was made, and I found it this week for this video. I mean, it was meant to be. So not even 20 seconds later, I'm thrifting. I'm super pumped. I'm excited. I found this beautiful candle that's gonna work perfect for this haul, and more importantly, perfect for the celebration, and just everything is clicking. I see these two things. This is what I think candle holders. They're black, they're glass, they have the skull, and I think the light of the candle is gonna peep through really nicely. I kid you not, 20 seconds later, I saw these. It was just, I mean, talk about meant to be. Now for more light, and I'm not sure if this is something that traditionally goes on the altar, but these were so pretty. This is a fairy light that works with a battery, and this is just so pretty that I thought that I could kind of add this to bring some more light and just, I don't know, don't you think? It's not really showing up. Anyway, you get the vibe. So because the altar is for my grandparents, I of course want to include their picture because that is one of the most important parts of the altar. I have a bunch of pictures of them, but there's one that is just, it's of them when they were young. I have it out on my bookshelf. I stuck it in a little champagne cork way back when, and it's just traveled like that from house to house that I've lived in. And this is the picture of them. Like I mentioned, they have passed away, and we are celebrating them this year. Now for the earth element, I am adding to the altar something very precious, extremely personal, very, very important to me. And what's kind of funny is the important item lives in a thrifted bottle that I thrifted back when I was in Canada, and it's a little glass jar with the little cork lid. And the stuff that's in it is from my grandparents' front yard, where my grandmother's pink roses, her favorite flower, from that rose bed. This is the earth from that specific location. So this is the earth part, of the altar. Now, the wind is going to be the hardest part to create because the altar is inside, but I read somewhere that the important marigold flower is not only the beautiful decor that we are going to add to the altar, but the wind that blows through the petals of the flower is the way the wind is represented at the altar. I think, I mean, correct me if I'm wrong, but that's how I read somewhere, actually a couple of places I read that. And the marigold flowers that I have are made from thrifted tissue paper. So I made a bunch of colorful, beautiful marigold flowers for this altar with thrifted tissue paper. I mean, a girl's gotta be creative, and doing all these little details myself makes it even more special for me. Now, the last element, which is water, is going to be in a clear pitcher that is also thrifted. Maybe you've seen me thrift it a few years ago, and I hope you enjoy this altar that I have created with thrifted items for my loving grandparents. This is such a beautiful way to remember them through honoring them and to celebrating them through our new little buddy and his Mexican roots. I don't know, to me it feels super special. Is the Day of the Dead a holiday that you celebrate? Let me know in the comments below. I would love to hear more of this tradition if you know more, and I hope you enjoy my altar. Now, go ahead, like this video. That always helps me out. And remember to subscribe to this channel so you can find your way back for next week's video. Toodaloo. Come on, Pablo. You can come through. Come. You want to come through? Come.